My name is Sydney Hopkins, and this is the Multicultural Final. This is step 1 of the video where I'm supposed to compose a video analysis of various readings from multicultural literature and my experience as a literary scholar and respond to one of the 3 questions we had. The question that I will be answering is, in some works of literature, childhood and adolescence are portrayed as times graced by innocence and a sense of wonder. In other words, they are depicted as times of tribulation and terror. Focusing on a single novel or play, explain how its representation of childhood or adolescence shapes the meaning of the work as a whole. I will be doing the novel A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest Gaines. We first meet Jefferson in a courtroom, which would be considered more on the adult side. But a teacher by the name of Trent Wiggins is given the job to try teaching Jefferson how to be a man and not a hog or a boy, and to die with dignity as a man. The first sign of innocence, a sign of innocence in the book would be when one of Wiggins' students are playing with a bug on their sleeve, and when they are supposed to be working. Now that shows that childhood is more supposed to be innocence and a sense of wonder. But there could be a side where in the past, the children during slavery would have to work on the farm, help their parents, and so forth. This novel shows that childhood and adolescence basically combine after a while and can get a bit jumbled up. Now, the book don't really have that many scenes that could be considered innocence or for a younger child. And for this novel, I would say the main focus is it's basically a mix of terror and wonder. The novel also brings up multiple scenes where you could tell that Jefferson is kind of acting like a child, but then when you switch to the students, it will show you that he isn't acting like a child, but more so in the adult sense. It shapes the meaning of a work by basically combining both ideas, showing what and which one is which. Now, it can be depicted differently, but from what I can see, this novel is basically trying to give a look that childhood and adolescence is supposed to be in a sense of wonder. But it can also be tribulation and terror. So both of those ideas are kind of mixed into A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest Gaines. Thank you. This is step 2 of the multicultural final, where I am supposed to answer 5 questions. Question 1. How have you grown as a learner throughout the course of this semester? I have grown as a learner throughout the course of this semester by learning things that they try to hide from us due to age. I have also learned that there is more than what is on the surface of a book. That there is a lot more than theme and things like that. There's a deeper meaning that we are supposed to find. Question 2. What is the most important idea/argument that was generated in this semester's discussion, and can you explain this concept in your own words? I would say the most important idea/argument was, are writers born or made? The concept brought an idea that most did not think about until we were asked. It made us think, was the writer that we were reading about born like that, or did they go through a process that made them like that? Question 3. What are the values or beliefs that inform this idea/argument? Hint. Here's where you might include a discussion of your preferred literary theories/lenses. The belief is, my belief is that a writer both born and made. The belief is a formalism by people think a writer should be treated as a writer no matter what. There should be no question and no thinking, were they born like that or were they going through a huge process and so on. There is also psychoanalytic criticism, which would have people think the writer is just an expression and they might just be expressing themselves through how they are. Question 4. How do you think that this issue is viewed by those with whom you disagree? Well, for me, I can't really disagree, but I would say that the issue could be viewed by others saying that they can only be either born or they are supposed to be made. So it's a vague concept to some that it can only be cleared by one answer, not just saying both. There's the concept of people saying, hey, they were born like that, but there could be a possibility that the other side would say that they are made into that, they are created. Question 5. How can/will you use what you learned in this course outside of the 4 walls of our classroom? Well, I can use what I learned in this course to be a better reader, to more so go more in depth with a book instead of just skimming the surface. I will use it to try understanding the writer better than how I would know them now. And this was the final for multicultural literature. And yeah, bye.